was on the bench. First I was renting, now I'm collecting rent. First it with the Beamer, now I want the Benz. Spending all the bag like here I go again.
Zdravo! That's Serbian for hello. I just learned that today. What is in my camera bag for 2021? Last year's video, I actually just got this bag. I got the bag the day I filmed the video, so I couldn't really review it. This is the Flying Duck from Crumpler. And now that I've owned it for just over a year now, I can say that it is a very good camera bag. It fits all my stuff. Lots of little zippy compartments and secret components and everything, which is great. And then also through here, so this is like the travel section at the top, which you can also use to store whatever. I usually put the drone and stuff up here. And you can also mix and match all these little pillars and thingos and stuff here, which is great. I'm gonna have to fix that later now. And then also the laptop goes in the front. It is an absolutely fantastic bag. I would highly recommend this. This hat's getting fucking annoying. I'm gonna take that off. The photography camera I use is this Sony A7r Mark IV. I upgraded from an A7r Mark III, and I got this because I wanted a camera that could also shoot 4K video, but was still predominantly a photography camera. So this can now do that. It can shoot 4K uncropped and also shoot 62 megapixel photos. I don't really need that, but it is great if I were to shoot something and I need to crop in. There's absolutely no problem whatsoever using that camera. The dynamic range is amazing. 2 SD card slots, which gets me hard. I love 2 SD card slot cameras. The battery life on it is amazing. I don't really have any other complaints apart from the fact that I wish the grip was a little bit bigger, because my sort of pinky falls off just about every Sony camera. But you can always fix that by getting a battery grip, but you know, I wish it was just sort of like half a centimeter longer, just here, just to fit my hand a bit more comfier on it. And the only other bad thing about Sony's, to be honest, or using mirrorless, is that when you take off this, it's straight to the sensor. So you're always getting more dust into your sensor, which is gonna appear on your photos a lot sooner. Next up, we have the A7S III, which is my most recent purchase, actually. I got this camera because obviously I make YouTube videos, and the reason why I have 2 bodies, so I have the A7S, for filming everything. I'm filming the vlogs, anything I want to do in slow motion now. I can film 4K 120 frames a second, which is ridiculous. And then anything I want to shoot photo-wise, I can use the R4. Quick little summary if you're not really too sure, because a lot of the Sony cameras look the same. Basically anything Sony S is for video, and especially in their full frame hierarchy. Anything S is for video, and anything R is for photography. If there's no letter, if it's just A7 and then a number, it's supposed to be a middle ground camera between both of those things. Does that make sense? There's a lot of A7s and S's and R's and stuff, but if you just go on Sony's website, it'll explain everything. That brings us to glass. My lens collection is a bit interesting because I share all my lenses with Lamont, Hayden, and Liam. And that's because we're in sort of like an open contract. It's not even actually a contract. It's sort of just like a mutual benefit thing with Sigma. So Sigma will supply a lot of lenses to us, and we'll obviously be promoting them and stuff, and not because they're forcing us to, it's not like they're twisting our arm or anything, but we like using their products. We think they make great products, and that's why we're recommending them to you. So that's sort of how it works. However, sometimes, very rarely, there is a lens that Sigma doesn't stock, which is what I recently obtained. Now, I'm gonna sound like a fucking idiot, especially if you've just watched last year's video, because in that video I said I got rid of this lens, and now in this video, I've got it back. And that was just my mistake. I don't know what I was thinking. I somehow compared the 105mm. We just got that lens. All the hype was around the 105 at the time, and I really loved using that lens, and everything I shot was on that lens. So I was like, I don't know, I wasn't really using my 70-200. It was sitting there collecting dust. So I sold it like an idiot. And then Liam sold his one, so I was 70-200-less for like a year. And then one day, I think Liam just looked at me one day and he was like, dude, why did we sell the 70-200? And I'm like, I don't know. That was a bit stupid, wasn't it? So now we've obtained one again, back in the family, and I'm definitely not gonna make that mistake again. I had a mate of mine who wrapped my lens hood. He was like, wraps things professionally, and he wrapped it like Louis Supreme. So I kind of want to get that done again because that was cool. And also, the newest collection that I've got to the lenses as well is the new 35 f2 and 65 f2, which I've got to say are some of my favorite compact, cheap lenses that are on the market right now. I think they're about $700-800 each Australian. And the coolest part about this, it's a gimmick, is the magnetic lens cover. So sick. Dude, that's fucking mad. Quality on them is amazing. Super affordable for a lens. $800 is not a lot to ask compared to 7200 being $3,000. Obviously completely different lens, I get it, yada yada. But still, this is a 65. This is a 65. This is my new favorite lens for car photography. It's just so compact. It just does such a good job. And I made a video photographing an Audi R8 when I was in Sydney. You can watch that video and I have a play around with both of these lenses in that POV videos. Go and check that video out if you're interested in seeing how these lenses perform. Next up, the drone. This is the Mavic 2 Zoom. It was in my last video as well. Yeah, now that I've owned it for a little bit, I've had absolutely no problems with it. I do prefer the Zoom over the Hasselblad one because with the Zoom, I primarily use these for filmmaking. I guess the Zoom allows a different sort of perspective. Being able to zoom in for your shots is an awesome thing to have. There's a lot of new drones that have come out on the market that I haven't really had a chance to get my hands on. I'd love to fly the little Mavic Minis or whatever, that really light one that's come out and stuff. You gotta draw the line somewhere where it's like, how compact can compact be before you start losing quality? So to still be able to shoot 4K, a good 4K, not like a fake 4K, not like a 4K that's really a 2.7K or something like that, like a proper 4K that fits comfortably in your backpack. Can't really go wrong with Mavic 2. Also, I have enough polarizers here to start up a shop. I don't have the 105 lens with me, but this is the polarizer for the lens. It's half the size of my bloody head. Hang on, let me show you the comparison between the 35 polarizer and the 105 polarizer. That is a big difference. The 105 is a big boy lens, so obviously it needs a big boy filter on it. Not cheap as well. One of these, you're looking at about $300 Australian. That's about 210, 220 US. Polarizers are great for cutting out the reflections in glass. Cars are just massive mirrors, so you obviously want to be trying to minimize the amount of reflections on a vehicle. So yeah, that's why I've stocked up fully on my polarizers. But wait, there's more. This little pocket rocket is the DJI Osmo Action. I prefer these over a GoPro. I think they do better at night in my opinion, although it's very close. Obviously got some polarizers and ND filters. And I shoot all my POV videos on this little bugger. That's the chest mount, so I'll pretty much just put the chest mount on. This just clips on like so. And then I can unscrew this. And for certain videos, some people ask me how do I get that really cinematic look. And it's by playing around with the settings on the little Osmo here, making sure my shutter is 1/50th and I'm shooting 4K 25 frames a second. And then I've got an ND filter on there to bring the brightness down if I'm shooting during the day or something. Inside this is a 128 gigabyte SD card. And then also, while I'm walking around, I've got my backpack on, and in one of the water bottle holders, I've got a portable charger here that plugs into the side of this. So then I've pretty much got unlimited battery life. And I got a question, it was just like, why don't you just bring an extra battery, because then you're gonna have to charge this? Well, it's just because when I'm shooting, I don't want to have to be worrying about this. I just want to be able to get in my flow state and go do my thing and get photos and stuff. Knowing that I have at least like 20 hours of battery life extra on this, I don't have to worry about this running out of battery or changing batteries or charging this, basically. That is a great life hack. And then I've got suction mounts and stuff like that too. Next up, tripod. Also in my last video, this is the Manfrotto B3 Advanced Tripod. Very trustworthy tripod, which I think is something that a lot of photographers can appreciate, is having a trustworthy tripod, because the last thing you want happening is you putting your camera on and something just snaps or breaks off or whatever, because you're putting a lot of trust in the top part of this tripod here. So yeah, Manfrotto B3 tripod. I always carry a Lume Cube in my backpack. This is the V1, and then Lume Cube kindly sent me this one, which is the V2. These are great if you need to light something up. They come with little diffusers and stuff that you can clip on and everything like that. They just come in handy, is what I'm trying to say. Like, you never know when you're gonna need it, but it'll be there waiting for me in my bag when I do. Ah, fuck, I forgot to turn this fan off. Sorry if that fan's been pissing you off. I didn't even realize it was on. Anyway, this is not in my camera bag, but if I'm driving somewhere, this usually stays in the boot of my car. And this is a car suction mount for your DSLR or mirrorless or whatever actual camera body. This is called the Delkin Fat Gecko. I haven't had any issues of it as of yet. It cost about 250 bucks. The suction mounts are amazing. Like honestly, you stick this on a car and you stick it down and you do it properly. You try and pull it off. Honestly, if you put it on the bonnet, you'd probably rip the fucking bonnet off before you'd rip this off the actual car. I don't really have a lot of trust in the whole tripod mount section, like where it actually screws into the camera. The whole thing is pretty much plastic and this part here just doesn't feel that sturdy. So I'm not gonna recommend it, but you can get fucking sick shots with it. I feel like I'm putting my camera on the line every time I use this thing. But like I said, you do get really cool shots with it. Rightio, that brings me to computer. This fits in the front pocket like I explained earlier, and I have a 1 terabyte Samsung hard drive that I use for editing my current projects. And then behind me, I have a 32 terabyte bigger hard drive, and then also other hard drives that I back up my backups when I finish using this and the projects on this. And also, as you may notice, there's some Velcro on my laptop. That's because when I'm traveling around and moving around or whatever, if I'm sitting at the airport doing some work, instead of that just like flailing around somewhere, I can literally just stick on there and it's great. It's really handy. And I also have this notebook, which I would highly recommend getting a notebook, by the way, and writing something down, like pen to paper. I feel like you visualize an idea better writing on paper than you do writing notes in your phone or something like that. Call me crazy, but it fucking works. AirPod Pros to carry with me, and also these over-ear Beats headphones, which are great. To be honest, I actually just use these when I'm editing. These actually travel with me. 2 SD card readers. I carry 2 because when I'm filming, taking photos, and using the Osmo and the drone for one photo shoot, I want to be transferring all those things, and I like to do it all at once because I like to be a little bit efficient. So this can fit in an SD card, a micro SD, and another SD here, so I can be transferring 3 different cameras footage at once. Yeah, my A7S III runs both of these 128 gigabyte Lexar SD cards. They look pretty hectic. And I've also got the older version of those, or the Pro series or whatever, in my photography camera. When I vlog, I carry this little Manfrotto thing with me, but it's just a tiny little tripod, which is great. It extends out. It looks like something out of The Incredibles. Incredibles 1, there's like that black machine or whatever that's like about to split Mr. Incredible in half. I haven't watched the movie in a while. I need to watch that movie. If you shop on Amazon, I have linked every single thing that you have just watched me explain today down in my description. I have affiliate links there that give me a little bit of a kickback, which help me greatly and help me continue making videos for you. So if you want to buy anything or you're interested in purchasing anything from Amazon, it'd be awesome if you could click my link and then do your business. I've also linked down below some other things that I would recommend for beginner photographers and some of my other favorite lenses that I love using and everything like that. That is absolutely everything. That is my camera bag. So that is what's in store for 2021. I can't believe we're in March. I was like in January, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this camera bag video. And then like February just went by. February's not even a fucking month, okay? And then now it's March. Are you kidding me? So yeah, I'm supposed to do this at the start of the year, but maybe at the start of next year, I'll have some new toys to show you. But anyway, if you did like this video, leave a like down below or help me out by hitting subscribe. But with that all said and done, have a shit one, and I will see you in the next one.